Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 16 on Calmsden Farm with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, you can see our money has gone up. I was up early this morning and selling everything but the kitchen sink, as I said I was going to do. Last night before I left the game, I topped up the digestate. I emptied out what we had at the BGA. I also took down what slurry we had from the cows to maximize our fertilizer production, and I sold that. So now it'll be probably a day or two in game before we can make more fertilizer. But that's okay. We don't have an urgent need for it other than the revenue. Um, we're just I would like to get some more and top up our distributor. But so we're okay there. I did sell an extra load of silage as well. Looked and we could afford to sell one of those off. Sold all our pallets, of course. And then I also sold our mixing wagon, our TMR mixing wagon, because we can get TMR now from our uh, farm supply production there, and so we don't need that. So that's how I got the money up. Last night, in the dark, I limed this field, so it's ready to be plowed now. And again, we're not going to mulch that one because it wasn't mulched last time. And if we look at our map, I did a little test up here and we can mulch these fields. So I don't know why I hadn't done it. I must have just forgotten before. And if we look, I also last night was able to scan them. So again, I'm not quite sure. I don't remember why I didn't scan at the time. Probably just a timing issue. So I scanned all our grass fields. So that's all done. So once we get the pigs in, I'm going to start turning as many of those fields over into proper grass fields as I can. Um, like I had said in the other episode, starting with field 4, then the one by the shop and the market garden up there, and then lastly the secret field. But you're probably wondering, some of you are asking why I needed all this money to put pigs in when we have a, you know, already this area here set up for pigs. Well, this is a pig pasture. So that means we just add water and food, and there's a little food here from, it's a byproduct of some of our potato production we're doing, so we have a little bit in there already. But because it's a pasture, all we get is the pigs. We don't get any manure or slurry from it. Although, is that a manure pit over here? No, it's just a just another shelter. So what I want to do is if we go in construction mode here and we look at animals, they have these fenceless pig husbandries, and I want to put one of these in. So the pigs that we add in here in the pasture, they can wander all over this area. The pigs in the husbandry can only stay within that green nav mesh you see there. But I'm going to put a few pigs in both, and it'll look, hopefully the idea is it'll look pretty seamless. But here we can add in straw, and we will get slurry and manure if I put in a manure pit. But it's going to take a little landscaping. I was kind of thinking of putting it up here in this corner, something like that. But you can see I'm going to have to do a little landscaping to do that. So that's why I needed the extra money to get that in. And also we want to buy that sugar beet cutting trailer so we can get some cut sugar beet into our BGA. But first I'm going to tackle getting this landscaping done and that pig husbandry in, and then we'll go buy some pigs. So I'll get that done. I'm going to do that off camera so I can do some game saves because it might take a couple cracks to get it right. And I'll bring you back in at that point. So we'll catch up with you when we have a brand new pig husbandry in. Okay, we have our pig husbandry in place. It took quite a bit of landscaping, as you can see here, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. But I think the landscaping was almost 50,000 if I remember correctly. But anyways, we're still in the black and haven't had to increase our loan. and we still have, and there's enough there to buy our trailer. Um, so we'll see what we can do for animals. So the idea is, of course, the pigs from the husbandry here can only wander in this patch, but the pigs we put in down there will be able to wander all over the pasture, so it should blend fairly seamlessly. That's the plan, anyways. But I'm just going to put enough pigs in down here in the pasture part to, like I say, fill the pasture up and make it look like they're all sharing the same space. Most of our pigs will be in here, and any of the berths we have down below, I'll just transfer the pigs up here. But anyways, enough of that. It's time to go and get some pigs. So I will meet you down at the animal dealer. So we'll see you there. Okay, here we are at the animal dealer, and I think we will put in Berkshires. That seems to be appropriate for the area, I think. So select those, and 9 is as many as our trailer can hold. Like I said previously, I would also like to add a few more cows, so I might increase our loan by a tiny little bit so that I can do that. We shall see. But let's go and get these guys in. I'm using our smallest tractor here, so we'll see how that goes as far as horsepower goes. It's mostly downhill, so I think we'll be okay. I'll also have to haul in some pig food, some bedding. Oh, yes, that's something I noticed. Now, I don't know if it was because of the event. I'm not sure, but suddenly we have no straw. And I'm sure we had some. I guess I could have gone back and looked at other episodes, but I assumed it was put into the farm production, but it's got no straw. And I hunted around, I could find no straw bales. So I am not entirely sure what happened to our straw. I did have a trailer that got diverted. I deleted the mod some time ago, and actually I forgot that trailer was also on here. So, and it was a bale trailer. So maybe I had it sitting on that bale trailer and it got deleted. Not sure, but I'm gonna have to go and buy some straw. We need it for bedding and making TMR. So um, I'll do that. I'll just go buy some straw, and I did something anyways. So that straw is not terribly expensive. But I will need to haul some water, some pig food, and bedding, that sort of stuff as well. Now we start the gate dance here. Oh, that's not near far forward enough. Oh, I forgot. I had the gate open here into the horse pasture. I could have saved myself a little bit. This kind of habit. I started coming this way and I just keep doing it. Oh, I'm too close to the fence on that side, obviously. And I guess I need to close the gate into our hay field here. We don't need the pigs in there rooting that up. So there we go. We have our first pigs. Now I'm not really sure how many I'll put in. I want it to kind of look natural. Um, Ultimately, I think we'll end up with more pigs kind of in this little area. It doesn't obviously draw them all in that you have, but I was thinking I'd probably put about maybe 20 down below and 20 up above and see how that looks. So I will carry on with that. And I also will bring water. Like there's little pig food here left over from our potato production, but these guys need water. And then of course I'll need to haul, I don't think I need to haul water, but I'll need to haul food and bedding up there. Oh, and you know what? I need to put in a manure pit. I want manure, so I've got to do that as well. Alrighty then. So I'll get those things done, and then I'll bring you back in when I have that completed, and we can look at the handiwork. So I'll catch up with you in just a little while. All right, so there we go. We have 20 pigs in each of the pasture and the pen. Um, I put I put us a manure heap in. I realized the manure heaps they only go on a certain angle, so I'm hoping this isn't too far away because of the angle of it. It would just go in construction mode here so we can see a little better. Um, it looked really odd. I was hoping to put it right back in here, but it doesn't look too bad. You know, best I can do anyways. Hopefully, like I said, it's not too far away. Otherwise, not quite sure what I'll do, but I'll figure something out. So what I did is I bought some straw and I filled this up with straw, so it is full. But pig food, um, I put 12,000 liters in here and 12,000 liters in here, and they're nowhere near full. Uh, but we only had a little pig food left after that, and I actually went and sold that. Did pretty good actually. It was just at 5,000 liters, and we got almost 14,000 for it. Just so I didn't. I was trying to avoid having to take out a loan. And it's darn close, as I'll show you here. And then I put water, 10,000 liters of water in here. So there is more that needs to be hauled down, but I'm sure there's enough in there for the pigs to last for this month. And I want to get on to that grass work and other things, so I can take care of that in December when I don't have this pressing issues. And then we'll have a whole bunch more pig food made up. So, but I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I think it looks reasonably natural. We go into construction mode and see there's pigs everywhere. There is a little bit more of a concentration obviously here, but hey, if you were a pig, wouldn't you want to stay near the straw bed? I think I would. I've even seen them pigs back in behind here, in behind the building. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I know it's a bit of extra work and expense, but here on Calmsden, as delicious as bacon is, we want more than that from our pigs. I want the manure and the slurry. Slurry we can use for our solid fertilizer production, and the manure to help run the BGA and keep manure processing in there full time. And I did add, in addition, I added 5 more cows just so I can keep ahead on the milk. And with the pigs, with the manure and the slurry, hopefully we'll be able to keep the BGA running. So, but if we take a look in the story here, I'll show you that trailer that we can load sugar beet in, and then it'll dump. It's got a cutter in it, and it can cut sugar beets on the way out. And here it is. And 51,000, and we have 53. So we have just enough. So we haven't increased the bank loan at all, but I'm down to $2,000. I'm going to run up to the farm shop here, see if there isn't a couple pallets or something I might be able to sell. Um, so I can hire workers and do vehicle repairs. So I'll take the truck back here, and I'll go pick up that beet cutter, and we'll load up some sugar beets and take that to the BGA and get them in there, and that'll help with our hourly income as well. So I will catch up with you in just a second. Okay, here we are with our Beet Ninja trailer at our pig food silo or production, however you want to think of it. So now we just will load, and I'll just fill it up because we've got lots of sugar beets. Sugar beet is what we need the least of in our pig food. So we got lots. So I'm going to fill this sucker right up, and then we'll take it to the BGA, and we should be able to dump right into the BGA because it should come out as cut sugar beet. That's the plan. Let's see if it works. As soon as I get this done, I think I'll leave you guys there. That's almost an episode time-wise. And as they say, it'll be nose down, bum up, and I'll get to work on these grass fields. And I did pick up that haying contract. I'm going to get that done as well. So I'm just going to work on that for the rest of the month of November here. It's nothing you haven't seen me do many times before. It's the old mulch, lime, plow, seed, roll. Oh, and rock pick. Can't forget about that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I said I'm just going to do as many of those fields as I can. We'll admit there may be some late nights here on the farm. If I can get them all done, I will. And I'm seriously considering taking on that cotton harvest, because once I do the headlands on that, I can turn a worker loose and I don't have to do anything but pick up the bales. And I'm thinking even if I got that done, he could be the night shift. If it was, baled, the cotton was baled, I could probably pick those bales up in December and be okay. So I might risk it and do that. We'll see how it goes, how quickly the grass work goes. I'll make that decision. Probably leave it till tomorrow's game day. So, but I'll finish off the episode by bringing you guys back in December and just letting you know what we got accomplished. And in the winter months, then until springtime, we'll be just looking after our animals, which we keep adding to, so there's a little bit more work there all the time. Oh, our money went up a little bit because we rolled over the top of the hour. It may come to the point where I have to borrow 5,000 or something just to pay for worker fees, but it won't. Not going to break the bank right now. Our banker is quite happy to, hold his hand out with money in it, but pretty soon he's going to be holding his hand out on that money to come the other way. I'm sure we'll be fine. Now, is there anything we need to do in here? Tip side. Oh, there it is. Tip side cutter. So we had to turn that on. So now we're good. So If we hadn't done that, it would just unloaded it as straight sugar beets. Now, so about what, 9,000 it took to fill it up. All right, well, we'll let that process. That'll add a little bit more to our hourly income and also to our digestate volume, so which will help us when it comes to making our fertilizer. Peak production, we could make about $100,000 worth of fertilizer a month, I think, something like that. And even at just that rate, it would take us 10 months to get out of debt. Suppose I could push the production on it till 24/7, but I won't. I don't think that'll be necessary because we've got our market garden to help with. Oh, it's just a tad short, but it'll have to do. All right, guys, I will leave you there. I am going to get after that grass work, and like I said, I'll bring you back in next time we see you. Should be December, and I'll give you an update of how I made out. See you then. Well, good morning, and welcome to December here on the map. As you can see, it is snowing, and that's going to impact what I do here today a little bit, but we'll get into that in just a second. First, let's take a look at the map and see what I was able to get accomplished. So, first off, we'll look here at field 4. So I got that completely turned over, so and you can see it's not mulched. That's because I wanted to make sure we were doing a fair comparison, and I forgot to mulch it last time. So that's got now replanted with field grass, but of course has been plowed first. So we'll see how that compares. Now over here, the market garden field, I did get that plowed out and reseeded. So that's cool. But I did not get this field here by the farm shop done. I did get it mulched and limed, but I didn't have time to get it, do the plowing, rock picking, reseeding and rolling, because what I had forgotten is here our oat field, where we're going to put oats. We have grass in there right now, and that needed to be cut. So I did get that cut, and of course I had to mulch and lime that field, so that's what I had to do instead. I did complete that haying contract and that what was it, cotton contract. So our loan has gone down a little bit. If we look here, I've managed to pay off 50,000, so that's pretty good. And that's where that money came from largely, was those contracts. Now, I was hoping, if we go back in here again, so the only thing that needs to be done to these fields here, these grass fields, is they need to be fertilized. So I was hoping we'd be able to sneak that in, but that's, if we take a look at the forecast here, you can see snow all day. And then we may be able, depending on what happens tomorrow, December 2nd, it's going to get up to +6 at some point. But snow is forecast for then as well. We may be able to sneak that fertilizing in, but if we don't, we can get it done in February, so that's not a big deal. There was one thing I was hoping to do today, and as far as field work goes, and that was up, oh, I guess I should have left this open, is up here on our sugar beet field. I was really hoping to get that mulched. I even got the tractor sitting up here. I was thinking about doing it in the dark last night, but I decided I put it off till today, and I might pay the price. So normally I go and do all our chores first, but I'm going to jump up there first and see if that mulching will go, because I'd like to get that done today if at all possible, and then I'll go in to do our chores. So I'm going to run up there and see how that works out, and I will let you know as soon as I know. So we'll see you up at the field. Well, as you can see, did one lap around the field, and if we take a look at our field data here, you can see we did get credit for mulching, so the ground hasn't frozen yet. I didn't think it had. So I'm going to carry on and get this field mulched. It won't take very long with this Katrina. It goes pretty quick. Thought I'd keep you on board for just a little bit of this, because this will be the last of our field work for this calendar year on the farm. So after this, it will be nothing but maintenance and chores. Like I said, I don't think we'll get to do that fertilizing until next year. I think we will buy this field here just to the south, this hay field in the spring, and plow it with this one, and we'll use this for corn. Actually, while we're talking about it, we'll just take a look right now. If we go into our productions way down here, scoot right to the bottom, you can see we've made all the pig food we possibly can. We're out of corn. We have 94,000 liters. So we're going to take and split that up between the two pens. But that is all the pig food we currently have. But I'm not too concerned about that because Market Garden, we've been making potatoes, and we're way ahead on our potato production. Like, I think we have 30,000 liters of potatoes approximately stored up just from the Market Gardens to make our French fries and so on. So we make potatoes way faster out of our open air garden than we use them. And as you know, we've already taken the strawberries and we put corn in there. So I can take both of those productions and put them into corn and put that into our pig food production. So we can always make a little pig food as required. And those open air gardens, they produce corn at a pretty good rate. So we don't have that many pigs, so I don't think we're going to have any issues there. And it's not going to affect our productions at all, because I just have to manage it, keep an eye on it, and make sure we have enough potatoes, enough strawberries to make our cakes. And then the rest of the time we can spend on corn. Matter of fact, right now I have the potato one turned on to soybeans, so we can make a little mineral feed. With lime and soybeans, we can make mineral feed for our TMR, so I don't have to buy it. But we currently have about almost 800,000 liters now of total mixed ration made, so I don't need to make any more of that for the winter time, I'm pretty sure. So I don't need to, have any soybeans on the go. So I probably will put those two gardens on corn for a bit, and we'll continue to make a little pig food, if that all makes sense. But obviously we do need more acreage for corn, so we don't have to keep messing about with that. Well, I think I'll carry on with our snow mulching here. As you can see, it goes pretty quick. It's not going to take too long. And I think what we'll do is, before I do any of the other chores at the farmer's market there, selling our pellets and so forth, we'll see how far that pig food will go, because I'm curious. So I will catch up with you when I'm ready to do that. Well, there we go. 49,000 liters of pig food, which is about half of our production. Let's go and see how far this takes us. Normally I'd like to drive in cab, but a couple tight corners where it's better to be out of cab for this little commute. See, the snowmen are out full force already. I wonder if that's a harbinger of a winter of a lot of snow. Ooh, that's a little tight, but we made it. If I come this way, I don't have so many gates to deal with. Right now, anyways, we don't have any horses. That's the last critter we need on the farm to meet our goals. Out of the way, little piggies. I'm sure he's fine. Oh, it's pretty close. That one actually, they had a little extra anyways because that's where I'd been throwing a little bit of pig food we get from our potato production. So. That's interesting. Let's just take a look here. Did that fill that one up? Wouldn't have thought so. No. Wow. That's the one down at the bottom. It's not even half full. This one just must be a trigger issue. Check again here. Well, so just under half full, both of them. So I guess I might as well haul that remaining pig food here. But it's not so much about how much the buildings will hold. Oh, look, our manure pit's working, so that's good news. As I say, it's not so much about how much the buildings or troughs will hold as to how much they'll eat. So, but I'll haul the last of it down, and we'll just have to manage our resources as in the open air gardens between corn and potatoes and strawberries, and I think we'll be fine because we have lots of the other components we need to make pig food. But I think that's where I'll leave it for this episode. Um, all that's going to happen now is just purely maintenance on the farm, taking care of our market gardens, keeping our BJ up, making a little fertilizer. We still don't have enough to sell, but should later this month. And getting our loan paid off so we can buy that field, 20 I believe it was, um, to increase our corn acreage. So I don't think you're going to miss much. But the only exciting thing that will probably happen is I will sell some sugar beet when the price comes up. So I think I'll leave you there, and I will catch up with you in the spring when the field work is ready, unless there's something exciting that happens. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content, I encourage you to hit that subscribe and like button. And if you want to see when other content lands like this, hit that old notification bell. But until spring, that is it for Farmer Murphy, signing out.